Andrea back again with another video, another nursing video for you guys. As you guys can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about the nursing school supplies that I highly suggest you should get, especially if like you're fresh going into nursing school. You have no idea what you should be getting. You honestly have no clue. Should you get this? Should you get that? Do people even use this in nursing school? I'm going to give you guys, actually I have 17 things that I suggest you should get for your back to school supplies list for nursing school. So of course, many of us are going to be starting school, back again in a few weeks. And a lot of us are about to go back to school shopping, like get, of course, the clothes and stuff, but we got to get the essentials, talking about the school supplies. So, I do want to point out I am having my back to school giveaway. I promise you guys within the next 2 weeks, I'm going to say 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks at the max. Not only am I giving away, just a few supplies, nothing major. I will be giving away another item. I don't want to say what it is just yet. I will be giving another item through a nursing company. So again, if you are not following my Instagram, please be sure to go ahead and do that after you watch this video. Okay guys, so as I go through the list, I'm bringing the list over here with me. As I go through the list, I will try, for some of the ones that are obvious, I won't do this, but for the, ones that you may not know 100% what it is, especially if you're not in nursing school, I will just go ahead and try to insert a picture so you can get a better idea of what exactly I'm talking about. All right, so the first thing on the list, of course, this is obvious. Notebook paper, or a notebook, actually, you want a notebook. And paper as well, like loose leaf paper that isn't bind to anything, because the amount of notes you will be taking, and you will be taking plenty of notes regardless. Even if you have a laptop, you will still need to make notes like on a physical copy. A lot of times, your professors may say, hey guys, pull out a sheet of paper right now, let's have a quiz, things like that. So you just want to make sure that you have paper handy. Honestly, it doesn't matter if it's college rule, wide rule, how paper comes in different ways. It doesn't matter as long as you have paper. All right, the next thing, and I tell you this all the time, I feel like literally all the time, you want to get a USB, I think flash drive is called, a flash drive. You want to get a flash drive, so that way, again, even if you don't have a laptop, you still, in some way, shape or form, I promise you, you will need a flash drive, especially like if you're working on a project one place, say at Starbucks, and you want to, move back to the school library, you will need that flash drive to transfer that information. So please be sure, it doesn't even have to be one that has a lot of storage. You just want to have one. You can get the cheapest one there, but you do want to have one, just in case you will need it. All right, my next one, quite obvious. You want blue, I'm not gonna say or, you want blue and black ink pens. Again, I had a professor that told us if you do not have a black ink pen, you are not professional. You need to, like, blue is out the picture. You want to have a black pen. So again, I can't really remember a time that I've ever necessarily pulled out a pencil in nursing school or had to pull out a pencil. It was always pen, unless maybe for like our dosage calculation exams. Other than that, it was always using a blue or black ink pen, and 9 times out of 10, it was a black ink pen. So you may want to get like a few more black pens than blue ones, but regardless, you will need them. All right, number 4 is going to be flashcards. Of course, flashcards is quite obvious, just to test your memory, to test yourself, whatever you have learned in the, throughout your nursing, time, you can put that information on a flashcard. And not only, even if you are done with that class, guys, we still have to keep in mind, of the end goal, we still need to take the NCLEX. So flashcards are something that you will always have that physical copy on hand. So, study for it now, hold on to it later, so that way when it's time to study for the NCLEX, you have that capability of going ahead and pulling up those flashcards. Next one, binders and folders. And honestly, I'm not fixing to sit here and act like, oh, I use binders all the time, like every single one of my papers goes in a binder. I would be lying to y'all, and y'all know I'd be lying to y'all, because I've told y'all, I'm not good with binders. But if you start off strong and you have that strong mentality, hey, I'm gonna always use binders, I'm gonna make sure everything goes inside a binder or a folder, a folder that holds a lot of paper. 9 times out of 10, you will be more organized if you do have that binder or folder. Let's be mindful, don't get a super, little small binder, because, honestly, probably one chapter test would only fit, or not one chapter test, one test that you take is, all your paperwork would fill up that binder. So make sure you get a good, nice size binder. Number 6, the key factor here. You want that 2018, 2019 school planner. I don't care if you've never used a planner a day in your life. Baby, today is the day to go out and get you a planner. because you want to stay as organized as possible in nursing school. Number 7, I will say you should definitely get a basic calculator. I do want to say I actually could not use a calculator until my 2nd semester. And when I'm saying a calculator, of course, is for what? Your dosage calculation. For my 1st semester, we were not allowed to use a calculator on our exams. So again, I had it beforehand, of course, but you never know, my program could be different from yours. They could actually let you guys use your calculators, or they could not, let you use your calculators at all. But again, just keep in mind, at some point you want at least some type of basic calculator. Even if, let's just say this, even if your program does not allow you to use calculators on the actual test, I personally believe you still should get a calculator, so when you're practicing for that test, or you're studying for that test, you can double check and make sure that your own math is correct. Okay, number 8 is going to be a lab value cheat sheet. I do want to tell you guys, there is this super cool clipboard, super great for clinicals, that is on Amazon, to where you can just go ahead, get the clipboard, use it for your clinicals. And I feel like I don't have them personally, but I've seen people who have had them. It has literally almost every single lab value that you can possibly think of. So it's a super good cheat sheet, especially while you're in clinicals. Lab values are something that you really need to know. And it's super hard to kind of keep the information in your head all the time, 24/7. So if you have that cheat sheet with you, you will be good to go. All right, number 9 is going to be a pen light. Of course, we all know what a pen light is. You will need it for clinical. Go ahead and make sure you get that as soon as possible. Number 10, oh my goodness, this is so important. So I hope you are still watching this part of the video. Number 10 is so super important, guys. A watch. You need a watch. And I would highly suggest just going ahead and getting a watch that has a second hand. I know iWatches are super, they're a thing now. A lot of people have iWatches. But personally, my experience, my 1st semester of nursing school, we were not allowed to use watches. We weren't allowed to use iWatches. Even though they have the feature of having that second hand, we still cannot use it. Actually, they told us not to even bring our iWatches to clinical for whatever reason. They just told us not to even bring it. We needed a watch either from Walmart, the dollar store, just a cheap watch that has a second hand on it. Now, again, my program could be different from y'all's. I do use my iWatch now, but I cannot use it until my 2nd semester. So to be on the safe side, especially if you're an incoming nursing, student, you don't know how your clinical professors are, you don't know how the program is, on the safe side, you need to go ahead and go out, and it can be cheap, purchase you a watch that has a second hand. Number 11, you will need a backpack, a rolling backpack, a bag, something to carry your heavy books. I know in prereqs, for me personally, I feel like I didn't even need a backpack. But once I got to nursing school, and especially if you have not purchased your books yet and you really don't know how big those books are, you're in for awakening, let me say that. And those are definitely things you don't want to carry in your hands all the time, especially if you have a laptop, you have all these, pens and pencils, it's just everything. You just want to make sure you go ahead and go out, get you a backpack. Don't feel like, you can't get you a rolling backpack. I can't have a rolling backpack. I am too clumsy for one. I feel like I would roll over everybody. But especially if on a serious note, if you have back problems or you're not good with carrying things on your shoulders, go ahead, get you a rolling backpack. All right, number 12 is going to be an ID badge. Like the little laminated ID badges with a clip holder. When you get into nursing school, and I really believe this is for any program, every nursing student is required to have an ID badge. And 9 times out of 10, your professors, your faculty is going to want to see that badge present. So you need to go ahead and go out and purchase a badge and a clip. Again, you can get it off Amazon. I know I had probably, I think I actually got mine off Amazon. Or no, you know what? I got mine from the school bookstore. But I know they have tons on Amazon. You just want to make sure you get that, especially before the first class day. Or honestly, when you go to orientation and you take your picture, your ID picture, if you can go ahead and go to your school's bookstore and purchase the clip there and the ID badge, go ahead and do it. All right, number 13 is going to be a voice recorder. Now, this may not be a must-have for every student, but if you know for a fact that you're an auditory learner, or if you know you're not good with speaking or not speaking, if you know you're not good with listening to, professors who English is not their first language, if you know that it's hard for you to truly understand and, you know, acknowledge everything that they're speaking on, you need to go ahead and get you a voice recorder so you can, let me say this, ask your teacher before you record them, because a lot of teachers, well, not a lot, but some teachers don't like that at all. But if you do have, you know, that permission to go ahead and use that voice recorder, use it, so that way, you know, when you get home, you're in complete silence, it's just you can go ahead, listen to the recorder and break everything down. There's a rewind, there's a fast forward, there's, you know, whatever you need, you can have it in that voice recorder. Number 14, number 15, I'm just gonna go ahead and put them together because they're quite simple. You wanna get highlighters, even if you feel like you're not a highlighter person, you may become a highlighter person when you get to nursing school, and Post-its. Post-its. I used to not use Post-its, and I'm starting to use them more because I had saw this method, and I think the Nursing Navigator had said it. It's this method where, like, you put specific things that you're really having a hard time remembering. Put it on the Post-it note, post it on your wall, you know, on a wall that you see almost every day, you know, when you're walking in your home. So that way you have no choice but to look at those notes that are on the Post-it note. So that way, you know, that information can get more into, you know, your memory, into your knowledge. And yeah, it's a good study method. So go ahead and get you some Post-it notes. All right, number 16 and number 17, I'm gonna go ahead and tie those two together. 16 is gonna be hand sanitizer. That's quite obvious why you would need that. And then 17 is going to be lotion. Y'all may be laughing that I said that, but I promise you will be so glad, even if it's a little cheap baby lotion or whatever from the dollar store, I don't care, but y'all are gonna be washing your hands so much in nursing school. Your hands are gonna get dry, they're gonna get ashy, and it's not a look, okay? It's not a look. So go ahead, go out, purchase you some hand sanitizer and some hand lotion. But guys, that is my 17 must-haves for your nursing school supplies list. A lot of us, again, are going back to school so soon. It's so crazy. I honestly can't even believe how fast this summer went. And again, I myself will be going out to purchase my nursing school supplies probably within the next week or so. I will do my back to school nursing supplies haul so you guys can see everything that I got. And again, I'll be going to purchase things for your giveaway that I'm going to be doing for you guys. So one more time, if you are not following my Instagram, please be sure to go ahead and do that now. So when I do post a giveaway, you are one of the first ones to know. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, stay up, stay with it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I just had to let you know you're